Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. HuskeyNinja here, and welcome to my channel. This is a new sort of video. If you guys have already seen my past videos, I am normally on camera, but today I decided to do something new for a new series of videos I have planned, and it is around a card game I play. Now, I am sorry if you see like random shadows like this, but it's due to my lighting. I like to use natural light. But anywho, the card game I love playing isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not Pokemon, and it's not Magic the Gathering, and it's definitely not Dragon Ball Z. What is this card game? You're probably all asking yourselves. Well, it's no other than Weiss Schwarz. It is a card game that is run and owned by BC Road, who are the makers and owners of basically Luck and Logic, Dragoborn, which is coming to an end, and Vanguard, as well as the Buddy Vice series, but I think they're both the same. Anyhow, today I am actually going to be showing you guys, I'm sorry for any background noise, but today I'm going to show you guys my main deck I do use. And that is a Love Live Sunshine deck. I won't run two of these decks, but this one I'm going to be showing you guys today in blue card sleeves is my main deck. I'm going to start off with what's known as climax cards in the game. Then I will go to level 0s, 1s, 2s, and then 3s. So you guys can see the cards I do run in this deck, for if you do play the card game or you're interested, so you know what cards I do use and what some of their abilities are. So this is going to be one long video, as we have a lot of cards to go through, with a lot of detail. So, starting off with the first climax card in the game. Now, climax cards, the artwork is always on its side. And I'm sorry you guys hear any notification sounds. It's just my laptop. Now, this is what's known as a climax card. The artwork's always sideways. Counter cards is always that way. Yeah, I run 2 of this card. Keep one of you for you guys. And this card is called Azura Jumpin' Heart U. Now, you do have multiple color cards, or different colored cards in the card game. This is a red one, because this is a tricolor deck, meaning it's red, blue, and yellow. So you'll see those 3 colors as the accent colors on the cards. Now this card has the continuous ability of all your characters get 1000 power plus 1 soul, which is like just in your turn when you use it to attack. And it has a trigger ability, which is basically this symbol up here. I'll move it a little closer so you guys can see what I'm on about. That symbol in the corner there, that is a trigger icon for climax cards. You'll see ones with what look like playing cards, spades, or clubs, and those are souls in the game. Now, each climax card has will be different. This one is, when this card triggers, well, this is known as a door trigger. When this door triggers, you may choose a character from your waiting room, return your hand. Your waiting room is basically your graveyard, and it basically lets you go into your waiting room, choose a character card which wants with artwork this way, up and say character in the bottom card, or next to the card name, and actually pick any one of that type of card to put back into your hand to play. I run 2 types of climax cards that run this. Similar sort of thing, but they're different as well. When I come to it, you will see why. But it's a very useful ability to have, because it means you don't have to basically reach into the deck, refresh in order to get good cards. It reduces the amount of times you are going to be doing that, especially with this deck. Took me a while to get 2 of these as well, because I got them in booster packs, not trial decks. So that is one of them. My other one is basically the standard sort of climax card. And it's another one I run 2 of, but this has 2 type of soul. When you see this symbol, it means a soul. I just love the artwork on this. On these cards. Now this one is called Aquis's Dollhouse. Continuous ability. All your characters get +2 soul. Each character card has a different amount of soul under the card name. Varies from 1 to 2, and I think there's some which have 3. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about that. But it just adds another 2 soul into that. Some cards will say adds 3 soul to 1 character card, which I'll show you guys at another date. Because I have one of those cards in my Vocaloid deck. Because I do mostly run English. Well, all my cards are English, and they're all English music series cards. So as you can see is a screenshot from season 2, Love Live Sunshine, when Yoshiko is looking at the cute dolls of themselves. I think it's a really cute artwork. My next climax card that actually like that one, that was a trial deck climax. This is another one. I'm going to show you 2 of this one, as I have 2 different artworks for this one. And in a way it also tells you guys what trial deck this is an altered version of. So there's one. Sorry about that, my laptop went to sleep. And there's the other one. Wondering why the one with the blue border is darker? It's because it's a shiny, aka hollow. And they're both exactly the same card. Difference is the artwork. They have the characters get house power +1 soul like the first climax card does. But their one is slightly different. Theirs has an archway. And its trigger ability is, when this card triggers, you may choose a climax in your waiting room and return it to hand. Meaning any of these side-on cards, with cards with sideways artwork on, if you have one in your waiting room or more, you can sift through your waiting room, choose one of them, and put it back in your hand. Which has really helped me out through when I trigger these ones. Because it's like, I need that extra power. And when these trigger, they just help me out with that. Which I think is really nifty. But this is my hollow card, which as you can see as the light hits it, it reflects. And I love it as all of Aqua. Now, on to our level 0s. This I'm going to be doing in parts, as I have sorted my deck out into piles of the levels. Just gonna take a while to go through. Next up, I have what's known as an assist card. These can vary in level. Now, as you can see, artwork is this way, and you also have a level and costume with character cards. So it's an attack power and soul count. Probably I'll try and get a way to do it a bit closer for you guys. But this is Happy Party Train, Mario Hara. Continuous assist. All characters for this card get +500. which means if you have a card there and there, because you have two on your backstage, these two would get 500. If you have another assist card like Mari here, this one would get a total of 1,000, which I think is a neat ability to have. Its auto ability, this is one of the many reasons I love this climax card. Well, this card was being one of my favorite characters. Is when a climax is placed on your climax area, choose one of your characters and that gets 1,000 power. So if you have two on the field, that's double that ability. So you can add a total, well, the card in the middle, that would be here, not only gets 1,000 from having two Maris here, it'll get 2,000 if you decide to do that ability on one card that's in the middle on your front stage. And it's very cute artwork, I have to say. All of these cards have adorable artwork on, because it's all Love Live Sunshine. Before you ask in the comments, no, I do not run normal Love Live. The main reason being, I don't like normal Love Live. Next up, I have Now Then, Where Shall We Go, Yu Watanabe. It is a level 0. With no cost. All my level 0s have no cost whatsoever. You'll start seeing costs from like my level 1s onward. So, this one has the ability of when your other music characters attacks, or when another of your music characters attacks, this gets 1,000 power. Meaning when you attack, before you attack with this one will get an extra 1,000 power added to its 2,500 attack power, making it a 3,500 attacker. And where I was telling you guys earlier where the +2 souls handy is basically, I'm moving along so you see both, is basically the 2 soul of this gets added to here, which is 3. If you attack with this card and there's no card on your opponent's side opposite it, it gets another soul. So you can attack from anywhere to like up to 4 soul in one whammy. Which I think is a pretty cool card. This isn't the only card I have with that ability, but it's a pretty sweet card to run in a deck. My next one is Yoshi. Well, Dea. Have you party trained Dereya Kurosawa? The same cost and level as the card before, and the same with the Mari. This card has, when this card becomes reversed in battle, if this card's battle opponent is level 0 or lower, you may put the character at the bottom of your opponent's deck. Reversed is basically when your card, after being attacked, ends up like this. Upside down, meaning dead. You can pay cost to revive it that way, but I don't really revive my characters, sadly. A lot of times I don't have enough stock to do that with. But just occasionally run this if it's the only level 0 I have that is playable. Next up is actually a promo card. You do get promo cards in this game. And it's one I run 3 of. And I have a ridiculous amount of these cards. Even ones I'm not using of it. And it is Summer School Uniform Chika Takama or Takami. Yeah, Chika Takami. Sorry if I'm butchering up their names. When another of your music characters attacks, this card gets 1,000 power to the end of turn. It's the same as the U card, essentially. Just different character. So what I tend to do is I try to have either you and this, or all, or 2 of this. Basically 2 cards with the same ability. on my field level 0 so I can do a little extra damage if I can. Which isn't always... well, it doesn't always happen. And that was all my level 0s. And we are now to the level 1s. Level 1 you'll start to see cost. Now level 1, 2, and 2, and even 3 are on quite a lot of cards where I just have one copy of it. But that hasn't stopped me actually doing quite well in tournaments and just casual Weiss Schwarz play days. First up, we have another Mario horror card. This one being a Now Then, Where Shall We Go? Mario horror. Now this is one of the attacking the turn I am summoned sort of cards. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, if this card, sorry, I got tongue-tied there. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, this card gets X power till the end of turn. X is equal to 500 multiplied by the number of music characters you have. What it means by that is, if you have this card, 2 here, that one there, and 1 there, you pretty much get a ridiculous amount of power. You get 2,000 power off the bat. Essentially. On top of its 5,000 power attack. So, this is my, one of my deadlier level 1s, but it's only for 1 turn. It's just basically for the turn it's summoned. Which I can't complain about. It's a quick and easy Mario horror card. Next up, I'll go with this one. As this one is a hollow. Character hollows tend to take up the whole background. It's pretty sweet. This one is Happy Party Train, Kanan Matsura. Auto, Climax ability. In this card, spell opponent becomes reversed. If a Climax card named Happy Party Train is in your Climax area, search your deck for up to 1 music character, reveal it to your opponent, and put it in your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Essentially means you get to pick a character of your choice from your deck. Put it in your hand after you show that card to your opponent, and then you shuffle your deck, because otherwise you know what card you're going to play next. So basically this is in a Climax combo with these cards. The Happy Party Train Climax cards are in a Climax combo with this card. And I am sorry you guys are hearing my notifications go. Let me just have a message. So you guys are hearing all these notification sounds. Still due to videoing at the moment. This sort of video. Next up, we have a lovely Dea Kurosawa. And this one is a Now Then, Where Shall We Go? Dea Kurosawa. And it's just a vanilla level 1 card with 0 cost, 5,500 attack. Vanilla meaning it has no ability here at all. Like where these have text boxes with abilities in, vanilla ones don't. It's like if I'm in a jam, this is a card to play. We're now on to my cards I have only 1 copy of in my level 1s. This card is... I'm sorry I'm lean. If I remove it, I will view. Is Friendly Sisters Dea Kurosawa. It's a level 1 with a cost of 1. If the number of cards in your stock is 4 or more, This card gets 1,000 power. If the number of other music characters you have is 3 or more, this card gets 1,000 power. This is my little stuck in a jam, loads in stock. Play this card after I play one cost for it. And you get basically stock or cards which go across here, which are your triggered cards from attacking. I have loads of them. And full field. This is my like, I'm gonna make you pay for making me take damage card in this deck. My only wish is I had more of it. So it's quite a cute card with Ruby, Kurosawa, and Dea together like this. Our next level 1 is Expectations and Insecurities Mayahara. It's the same level in cost as the card I just showed you guys. But this one has, when this card attacks, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a music character, this gets 2,000 power. Now, I'd never ever use Encore, so I won't rate the Encore abilities. But it's a really pretty looking card. Its ability isn't much to write home about, but it's very handy when you're stuck. Particularly when you have some like level 2s and level 1s, and now and then an occasional card, level 3 card you can play early. But this is a really good card to have in my deck. My next card, I'm going to show you which is a single, is Daisuke Datara Daijobu Chika Takami. When this card is placed on stage from hand, choose one of your music characters. That character gets 1,500 power. So it adds 1,500 to another character. You can't use it on herself though. But at 4,500 with that ability, I can't complain. Particularly as I got her in a booster pack. And it is from the first song from season 1 Love Live. Because a few of my cards are from the first season. Some are from season 2, which is what Happy Party Train is. But I like to have a good mixture. My last level 1 for you guys is just a Yun Watanabe. It costs 1/1 system, like the Mare and Dea card. And is the number of your other music characters with 3 or more, this card gets 2,000 on top of her 5,500 attack. It was a really pretty card, and it's also one of my hollows. Just so you can slightly see it. There we go. There's like little pebbles. A sparkle. There's not much to write home about this card, but I have used it when in a pickle. Like I do with all the cards I like this, with a similar sort of ability. Now, we're going to move to the level 2s. And I'm just checking that all my ones I have singles of are on the top. Which they are, thankfully. So next up I have Disappearance of the Subject, Yu Watanabe. When this card gets 500 power for each of your other music characters. As an action ability of rest 2 of your music characters, and this card gets 2,500 till the end of turn. This card can be very useful. Because it doesn't say rest this card another, it just says rest 2 of your music characters. So I tend to rest my sis cards. Because then I can attack with her. And then the card that I add to. So it's a very good card if you have more than one copy of her. But it's quite a hard card to find. I've seen from watching unboxings and opening of booster packs. This is quite a hard card to find from what I've seen. My next single level 2 card is a Firm Refusal, Dea Kurosawa, with a 9,000 attack, which makes her pretty close to a level 3's attack. But they tend to be from like 9,900-ish to 10,000 upwards. So this is a very helpful card for me when I'm coming towards when I'm in level 2 and I have this out. I can do some serious damage with her. Okay, now we're on to ones I have multiples of. Hallelujah. This is Now Then, Where Shall We Go? Riko Sakurachi. I'll just say Riko, due to some of the last names are hard for me to say. It is a backup card where you pay 1 cost. Put this card from your hand into your wishing room. Choose one of your characters that has been frontal attacked. That character gets plus 3,000 till the end of turn. So, for example, if a level 3 is attacking her and their attack number is stronger, pay 1 cost to have her add her ability there. She ends up at 10,200 power, which I think's pretty sweet. But it's only a quick thing for she's being attacked, and I have stock to do so. My next level 2 is another one that have an X in its description. This one is Happy Party Train, Hanamura. All your characters for this card get X power. X is equal to 500 multiplied by that character's level. And when this card is placed on stage from your hand, draw a card, and you choose a card in your hand to put in your waiting room. So if you have a card you can't play due to level or cost, or you don't want to play that card next time, you basically swap that card out in your hand and you replace it with a card that you've drawn. So sorry if you hear me yawn, but I was at a con all day yesterday. And if my throat sounds croaky as well. My next card is Happy Party Train, Yoshiko. During your turn, if all your characters are music, this card gets 2,000 power. This ability activates up to 2 times per turn. When your other music character is placed on the stage from your hand, this card gets plus 1,000 power. It's a nice little card, but I only run it really if it's all I can play, unfortunately. My next card I'm showing you guys. It's another one which has X in its ability. This is Happy Party Train, Ruby Kurosawa. When this card attacks, this card gets X power to the end of turn. X is equal to 1,000 multiplied by the number of other music characters you have. And it does have an encore ability as well. This card, if you have 2, and then the Hanamura assist cards, well, Hanamura and a Mario Hara one, can do a fair bit of damage, especially when you also have a climax card on the field. And that U card with her holding the camera as well. I've only ever pulled all that I've just said out in only 2 tournaments. So it's a pure luck basis thing that this gets OP. In my deck, at least. Next up is another card run 2 of. And this is Live Invitation Ruby Kurosawa. It is a vanilla card with an attack of 8,500, but is adorable. Next up, I have another vanilla card, and it is Live Invitation Rico. Level 2 with a cost of 2 with 9,000 power, so just 500 more powerful than the Ruby one. That's all my level 2s. We're now going to my level 3s now. And I will start off with the ones I have one of. First one being Kononi Natatori Aquarium Chika Takaname. If all your characters are music, this card gets 1,000 power. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may put the top card of your clock into your waiting room. Another view is the character's attacks. This card gets 1,000 power to the end of turn. And it is one of my hollows. When I find the right angle. It's basically the same sort of hollow as the U hollow I showed you. And so would the next card be. This basically is what's known in the game as a healer. Clock is your shield of damage. This lets you remove one from your damage. From your shield, essentially. And it's such a cute artwork. I just love how cute the artwork for Love Live Sunshine is. Because it's the screenshots from the anime with different backgrounds on some. This is my level 3 Yu Watanabe Azura Jumping Heart. This one's also a healer and has a climax combo with the Azura Jumping Heart U card. This card is placed on stage. You may choose the top character from your waiting room, put in your... Oh, this one's not a healer. My bad. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you may choose a music character in your waiting room and return it to hand. It does the same as what my climax cards does, but has an auto ability of pay 1 cost. Put a music character from your hand into your waiting room. When this card attacks, if a card named Azura Jumping Heart U is in your climax area, you may pay a cost. If you do, deal 1 direct damage to your opponent and put up to 1 card from the top of your clock into your waiting room. So its climax combo is its healer, and then you do 1 direct damage to your opponent, which is unavoidable unless you pull out a climax. Now, time for my ones I have 2 of. This one is Now Then, Where Shall We Go? Hanamura. During your turn, this card gets 500 power for each of your music characters. When this card attacks, choose one of your characters, and that character gets 2,000 power plus 1 soul to the end of turn. So this one pretty much helps out another card you have on the field. It's quite a cute one of her basically when she was cooking sweet potato under leaves. And now for the last card of this deck. This is Happy Party Train Rico. If the number of other music characters you have is 2 or more, this card gets 1,000 power. And when this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you put the top card of your clock into your waiting room. So this one is a healer. And it has helped me out now and then. But I wanted over time improve on my tournament deck, which this one is, as well as improve my other decks, which I'll show you guys slowly over time and hopefully do some unboxings for you guys. I'm sorry if this video isn't as good as you would have thought, but it's my first ever video of this sort, as I got a USB webcam from my lovely fiance, HuskeyNinja cosplayer. And that is pretty much what all these cards were. So, thank you guys for watching, and I hope, well, if you want to comment down below on what you think of this deck. And again, I am sorry if it's not as good as the rest of my videos, but as I said, I am trying out a new system. So, bye!